Ladies and gentlemen, the next speakers are a power couple. So these two people, one is from Eastern Europe, the other one is from Mexico, and they met together through network marketing. So you are not only here to earn extra income, to become financial free, but you are also able to find love in network marketing. This is a lovely business. Together, they have a team all over the world and a big organization also in Africa. And here is time for Dino and Dani Nedelko.
Hello and welcome. We are so excited to be here today with you. My name is Dino Nedelko and here is my wife,
Dani Nedelko.
And we are really excited to be able to be here with you. And special thanks first of all to the Business for Home and the entire team for creating this kind of event. And we love that the theme of the event is called the Masterclass, because we believe that over the next days you're going to be able to hear so many great experiences, so many great stories, so many great practices and ideas that you'll be able to use towards improving your business and just being able to serve more people. As we're getting started, first of all, who we are, just a little bit about ourselves. We've been in this industry for over 15 years combined. And we've been able to travel all around the world into more than 50 different countries, to different continents, working with people, with actually way over 100,000 different individuals that we've been able to not just work like one-on-one, but on the other side also meet their culture. On the other side also seen how the different practices in different countries in the world are going and so on. And these are some of the things we learned, and today we are so excited to be able to share some of those things with you.
So today we're gonna teach you how to build a residual income for years to come, but not only a residual income, but something that is sustainable. And the point number one that I want to show you today is that you need to really take into account a ratio that I want to show you. You need to have a satisfied customer base that has a high ratio between customer versus distributor. So what that means is that you really need to focus on having more customers than distributors. And I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why you need to have this and how is that you can go and reach this goal. Now, first point on this thing that I want to show you is that you need to have a distinction between who is your customer and who is your distributor, because most of you probably don't have that distinction in your back office, and probably everybody is a distributor, but in reality they're not, because a lot of people are not taking action. So they're in reality customers, and you need to focus on those people. And not only that, but you need to focus on your monthly usable product or service that you have, because without this you're not going to have a sustainable residual income. Now I'm going to ask you a question. What will you think it will happen to your business today if the majority of your distributors will quit tomorrow, and if they will quit just working, if they will not do anything? Well, you know the answer. The answer is that you will probably not have a business. But if you have more customers than distributors, that really gives you the extra touch for you to have a sustainable residual income for years to come.
Well, I just love this specific point, Dani, because it really makes the difference when it comes to like the long-term stability of the entire team, business, and so on and so on. And just don't forget, make sure that you pay attention to these kind of small little details and always focus on your customers, as Dani said. On the other side, let's go to the point number two. This point is also very dear to all of us, and also on the other side, we have learned so much when it comes to being able to work with so many different people, specifically in different cultures. Because here's the point, whatever you do in your team, you as a leader, you as someone who is actually ahead of the entire team, this is what is going to reflect through your entire organization, right? And what is important is to create a good team culture and great relationship between. Now, one of the most important points I would always say, if you can act always with integrity, honesty, and transparency, it is going to change your business for good. Because every single time when something comes up, every single time when someone is trying to talk maybe like behind your back or behind someone else's back on the team, you know what is the truth and you know how the things are standing, because you have nothing to be able to avoid or to hide or something like that, because everything what is done with transparency and on the other side with a lot of integrity in all those things. Then the other important point when it comes to creating a good environment and a good team culture is always pay attention to that you give more than you get. And you know that it's a very old saying that more people you help when it comes to giving, right, more you are going to receive. And this is exactly here in your team as well. More you are going to be able to give back to your team, create a budget that you can actually work around, and always have something for your entire team when it comes to the customers, when it comes to the distributors, because that's what is creating a really good team culture, and of course, relationships. On the other side, it doesn't matter if, you know, sometimes people say your uplines, your downlines, your sidelines, and all those kind of things. All of them should be in really good relationship. Always make sure that you create this bond, you know, and this kind of like connection and the harmony between all those members, because you're always going to have people on the team that are going to start kind of like starting some small little talks, you know, and some negativity and all those kind of things. But when you are really positive and when you really have a good team culture and relationships, all those things are actually not even being to be heard just because of your great example as yourself. Another big thing that can happen is when it comes to, we all know that there are problems all the time, right? We are actually entrepreneurs and we are problem solvers. And whenever some problems appear around your team, with your team culture or the relationships or anything such, there are two types of people. How are they dealing with some kind of problems? The first type of people is like they are just trying to kind of ignore them as long as, you know, maybe they hope that some problems are gonna be disappearing or they're not going to get back to them anymore. But sometimes these specific problems can actually keep growing, and then it's really hard to deal with them. So then the second type of people are those people that are attacking the problems. They are dealing with problems and solving the problems immediately. And this has worked really good for us when it comes to being able to really always attack the problems when they are small and solve them in good for everybody around the team. And as Dani already mentioned before, if you are creating the customer serving oriented community, you are creating stability and, like, again, very importantly, for years and years to come, long-term residual income. Let's see what is the point number 3.
Point number 3 is that you need to have a system that actually duplicates. And this is very important because most of us really start with this emotion and we want to go with passion and tell everybody. But guess what? If you don't have a tool, if you don't have something that you can stand on, you're not going to duplicate, because people will not and will never duplicate, but systems do. And you need to have tools. You need to have videos, PDFs, and most of us in our companies, we have very professional tools. And if you don't have them, create them. It's the moment, it's the time. It doesn't take a lot. A PDF, a short video. It's so simple. So the other thing that you need is you need to have scripts and specific instructions for people, because as you're building teams, as you're building your income, this is crucial, because you might be very good at talking, but maybe the person that is starting is not. And you need to make it so simple that everybody does it and it's simple to follow. And the last thing, are you leading by example? Are you leading? Are you being the leader? Are you showing people? People, when they ask me, Dani, how can I build the business? How can I get started? I ask them a simple question. Do you remember how I shared with you? How I shared with you at the beginning? Oh yeah, you show me a video. You show me this. Oh well, that's very simple. That's very simple. I can do that. And it's because we have simple systems that duplicate. So we go to the next topic, the next point.
The point number 4 is staying up to date. I sometimes cannot stress how important it is to really be up to date. And what do we mean with staying up to date? It's to educate ourselves. First of all, to invest in our personal development, to grow ourselves. You know, we are in this specific branch of, I would say, business where as entrepreneurs, specifically in network marketing, personal development is almost like the most important key, right? Because more we grow, more we can also give, more we can contribute, and also then in that case, also our communities can grow faster and stronger. On the other side, absolutely, such events like this one right now and any other events that you have, either generic events or the team events, the company events and so on, very important. Staying up to date, applying the best and latest practices being used, what is working, not just what you can hear that someone might try it, but what is really working. Pay attention to those small little details, because when you are always up to date and your team is always up to date, you're always going to be having more and more success. And like I said, apply the latest what is working examples everywhere, because like don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to see what others are doing. Ask questions, take notes. Sometimes you even can like see the final product, final example of someone who is doing something, and figure it out in your own system, in your own team, and whatever you have, your product and service. Reverse engineer it if it's needed, and make it the best and the most usable for you and for your community as well. So let's go to point number 5.
Promotions and giveaways. This is key. And maybe you have them in your company, maybe you don't. But if you don't, start getting closer to your company. Maybe you can get them some suggestions, and you might influence an entire culture within your organization, so that you can have this as a priority. Because if you want to have a sustainable income, you need to always have something special for your distributors, for people in your team, because a routine is very boring. You need to create variety. You need to create excitement. You need to really create that fire that people say, hey, I'm just running for this rank, and my upline or our team is having this giveaway. They're having such and such purse, or I don't know, maybe it could be a ticket for the Business for Home event. It could be something simple. It could even be a recognition flyer, and those things really add up the fire in the organization. And if you can just have ideas to present to your companies, it will be really, really great for you to grow. Another thing is that you need to find a way to identify those people that really deserve those rewards. And you need to separate them from who needs them, because most of the times the people that you think that need them, they're really not the ones that are ready to grow with you and your team. Now, another thing is that you need to create a specific budget between you and the entire team, all of your leadership, because you're not duplicatable. Let's just put it that way. And so if you involve everybody, you can do more on promotions, more on giveaways, and this becomes fun. And the last thing is that the more you receive, the more you should give to your community, to your leaders, because people love to follow somebody that really cares for them, people love to follow a leader that knows that is in your best interest what they're doing for you. And so let's go to the next point.
So the last point, the point number 6, it's events. We can talk about events for hours, right? And I believe many of you understand the power of events. However, I want to remind you that do not underestimate power of events. And not just for you who is attending this kind of events, but more importantly, what I have seen over the years is not that leaders like you and those who are coming up are actually attending the events. But what I've seen is that new members, those who really want to grow, are not attending as much as they should. And one of the reasons why is because you, who is maybe watching this right now and you already have your own community, it's not doing maybe enough to be able to have them to be plugged into these kind of events. One of my mentors always told me is like, if I come and mentor you and give the presentation to someone, maybe let's say for a day-long presentation and the training, more people you have in the room, more you are going to have success, more wins you're going to have in your team. Because let's say, for example, if someone gives 10 hours of training and you're alone watching this training or attending this training, this is just 10 hours of training. No, you're saying, okay, I'm gonna go back now and teach everyone on my team how to do that and so on. But I can guarantee you it's not going to be as powerful and as effective as if you would have maybe 50 of your team members together with you attending this kind of training. Not that you would just, have absolutely more information on everyone on the team, but just think about it that way. If you have 50 people attending 10-hour training, how much training did your entire team got? 50 times 10, which means 500 hours of training your team combined got, right? How much time you need to spend yourself to get to these 500 hours and train all those people. See what I'm saying? Do not underestimate power of events. And really, my message to you on this specific point is focus on your team members to get them to more events and plug them into different kind of education, skills, building of their own personal development and all those kind of things. Now, there are different types of events, of course. You can have your own team events. There are different company events. As we already mentioned before, there are a lot of generic events as well. Then you can also have events typed based on your community. You might have more customer-oriented events, more distributor-oriented events. Then you can have like some specific skills trainings and development events and so on and so on. All those things that we are listing here has been working really good for us over the years. Those are the principles that really don't change. Those are the principles that we have seen are making a difference, but most importantly are creating this residual sustainable income for years to come. Because customer-oriented event, it's not exactly the same than distributor-oriented event, right? And if you can actually have like specific varieties on it, you're gonna be able to build stronger culture, better relationships, and also your community is gonna be more stronger and it's gonna last way longer than just with one specific thing. So as we are closing this up, we want to give you a bit of homework because now we went through these 6 points. You heard some of the possible ideas what you could do to maybe to apply it or to improve what you are doing right now. But what we want to do, we want to give you a homework so you can actually see where you are and where you're going to go forward. So, Dani.
So the homework is really, really simple. Let's sum it up. First of all, you need to have a satisfied customer base with a high ratio between customers and distributors. Number 2, you need to really consider your team culture and cultivate your relationships. Point number 3, simple systems that duplicate, because this is key. If you don't have it, it's probably not going to happen. Number 4, you need to stay up to date. 5, promotions and giveaways. And number 6, events like this. If you want to be the person that changes your generations for years to come, you need to be in events like this and you need to apply the information, not only listen to us. And that's why we want to give you this homework. Now, back to you, Dino.
So what we want you to do right now is put those 6 points down on a piece of paper. I hope you are taking notes. If you are not, then at least take a screenshot or something like that, or take a photo to make sure you have this and you can later on go through it and apply it. And go through these 6 points and evaluate yourself and your community, your organization right now. And also rate yourself between 1 to 10. That means on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being like, I have a lot of work to do, like closer to 10, like I'm pretty good in this specific topic. And go through these 6 things, and as of today, rate yourself. Tell yourself, like, how much are you really paying attention to events, for example? Are you really doing your best, or maybe you could do better, right? And then maybe you're gonna give yourself rating. I'm pretty decent in events, maybe 6 out of 10. Great. And then do for the other 5 points. And once you have all those 6 points rated for you today, try to improve it. Try to work over the next 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year, and see after some time where you are today, right? Where you are after like 3 months or 6 months, and see if you progressed, if your maybe team culture got stronger, more deeper, your relationships got better or something like that. Work on those things. Those are some of the key components of, like we said, building residual income for years to come with stable organization and business. So Dani, back to you for, I believe we are actually getting close to this presentation, right? And I'm gonna let you to finish up the things.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for paying attention, but more than anything, apply this information, and we see you on the next events, and have a really, really great day listening to everybody that you're gonna listen on this training. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.